Jim Davidson's verbal assault on Kier STAMMER, a controversial clash with profound implications. In an unprecedented television showdown, Jim Davidson unleashed a scathing verbal attack on Labour leader Kier STAMMER, condemning his remarks about white working-class women. This incendiary exchange has ignited a firestorm of debate, framing STAMMER's comments as a betrayal of a demographic that feels increasingly marginalized in today's political landscape. With tensions running high, this incident could signal a pivotal moment in British politics that the nation can ill afford to ignore. Davidson's critique of STAMMER was not just an isolated incident. It taps into a broader narrative of discontent among the working class, especially in light of recent historical events like Brexit. Many in this demographic feel betrayed by a political elite that has repeatedly failed to address their concerns. STAMMER, once seen as a powerful figure capable of uniting the party, now risks alienating a crucial voter base that feels overlooked and undervalued. Critics argue that his comments reflect a dangerous disconnect from the realities faced by ordinary citizens, echoing sentiments that have fueled political upheaval in recent years. The stakes of this confrontation cannot be overstated. The fallout from Davidson's remarks is likely to reverberate through the Labour Party, potentially jeopardizing STAMMER's leadership. Many fear that if STAMMER cannot effectively engage with the white working-class electorate, he may find himself leading a party that becomes increasingly irrelevant in the face of a rising populist tide. This moment could mark a new era of influence for voices like Davidson's, who position themselves as champions of the underrepresented. Davidson, a controversial figure in his own right, is no stranger to stirring the pot. His criticisms resonate deeply with those who feel disenfranchised by current political discourse. By framing STAMMER's comments as an attack on a vulnerable demographic, Davidson effectively mobilizes a narrative of struggle that harkens back to historical conflicts between the ruling elite and the working class. This is not just about one man's opinion, it's a call to arms for those who believe their voices have been drowned out. Analysts warn that such exchanges could have dire consequences for the Labour Party. If STAMMER fails to navigate this minefield adeptly, he risks losing the support of a significant voter bloc that feels its grievances have been ignored. The British people will not forgive a leader who turns his back on their struggles, especially as the country stands at a crossroads between progressive ideals and a populist backlash. This tension mirrors the divides witnessed during recent elections, where the consequences of alienation were starkly illustrated. Furthermore, Davidson's remarks highlight a critical issue, the perception of elitism within the Labour Party. Many argue that STAMMER's comments reveal an insensitivity to the struggles of ordinary people, suggesting that the party has become a bastion of the privileged. This disconnect is alarming, particularly when one considers the historical context of Labour as a party built on the principles of working-class representation. The fight for the heart and soul of the party is underway, and the outcome could redefine its future direction. As this narrative unfolds, the implications extend beyond mere party politics. The undercurrents of Davidson's confrontation with STAMMER speak to a larger struggle within the nation, a fight for recognition, respect, and representation. This is a moment that could crystallize the frustrations of millions, potentially leading to a significant shift in the political landscape. The question remains, will STAMMER heed the warnings, or will he continue down a path that risks further alienation of the very people he seeks to represent? In conclusion, the events surrounding Davidson and STAMMER are not just a momentary spectacle. They represent a critical juncture for the Labour Party and the nation. As citizens grapple with the implications of this exchange, it is essential to engage actively in the conversation. The country stands at a crossroads, and the choices made today will resonate for generations to come. Join the movement for accountability and representation, like, subscribe, and become part of a community that demands a political landscape that truly reflects the voices of all its people. This is not just a call to action, it's a rallying cry for the future of our democracy.